For centuries, salt has been an essential element of human civilization. Beyond its culinary uses, salt was crucial for preserving food before refrigeration, enabling long voyages and the storage of provisions for harsh winters. Its ability to enhance flavor and sustain life made it a coveted resource, so much so that it played a key role in the rise of trade routes, such as the famed Salt Road in Europe and the salt caravans of the Sahara. Its significance even extended to rituals and myths, symbolizing purity and prosperity in various cultures. Known as white gold, it's been a cornerstone of trade, preservation, and even mythology. But have you ever wondered how this humble mineral is made? Today, we'll journey through time to uncover the fascinating process of salt making, then and now. In the past, salt making was an arduous and often sacred process. Ancient civilizations from Egypt to China relied on two primary methods: evaporation and mining. Coastal communities used shallow ponds, called salt pans, where seawater was left to evaporate under the sun, leaving behind precious salt crystals. This method, though simple, required an intimate understanding of the natural world, knowledge that was passed down through generations. Inland, salt was extracted from underground deposits through mining. These deposits were remnants of ancient seas, trapped underground for millennia. The work was grueling and dangerous. Miners would venture deep into the earth, sometimes hundreds of feet below the surface, to extract rock salt. This mining often required complex systems of tunnels, which in some regions were illuminated by the dim glow of oil lamps. The rewards were immense. Salt was so valuable that it was often used as currency. In fact, the term salary comes from the Latin word salarium, meaning payment in salt. These salt miners faced grueling conditions, working long hours in cramped, dusty tunnels, often with little more than hand tools to help them. But despite the challenges, salt remained an essential part of daily life, fueling economies, trade routes, and even empires. Fast forward to today, and salt making has transformed dramatically, integrating cutting-edge advancements like automated machinery, sophisticated water management systems, and computer-controlled operations. These technologies not only improve efficiency, but also ensure consistency and safety in the production process, meeting the diverse needs of industries ranging from food preservation to chemical manufacturing. Today, salt is produced on an industrial scale. Massive factories process tons of salt each day, and the methods have become far more automated than ever before. These operations rely on state-of-the-art technology, including automated systems that control the evaporation process and ensure that the quality of the salt is consistent across every batch. Let's take a closer look at the science behind how salt forms. Salt is a simple compound made up of sodium and chlorine, but its creation is far from simple. Seawater, which contains about 3.5% dissolved salts, is evaporated through natural or artificial processes. As the water evaporates, the salt crystals begin to form, gradually increasing in size until they can be harvested. Did you know that the shape of the salt crystals depends on the conditions in which they form? In solar evaporation ponds, the heat of the sun and the breeze combine to create perfect conditions for the crystals to grow. In contrast, in more controlled environments, like salt mines, the process is much slower, and the crystals tend to be larger and more uniform. In solar evaporation, large pools of seawater are carefully managed to maximize sun and wind exposure. Over time, the water evaporates, leaving behind layers of salt. This method, still widely used in coastal regions, is both sustainable and efficient. It takes months to produce high-quality salt this way, but the results are worth it. The layers of salt are carefully harvested by workers using long rakes who skillfully collect the salt without disturbing the delicate structure of the crystals. The salt produced by solar evaporation is often used in gourmet foods and is prized for its unique flavor and mineral content. Salt from places like the Gironde region of France or the salt pans of the Mediterranean is highly sought after by chefs and food enthusiasts worldwide. Rock salt mining, on the other hand, involves extracting salt from underground deposits. Using advanced machinery, miners can now access and process vast quantities of salt with precision and safety. The process is highly efficient. Massive machines cut through the rock, and the salt is then crushed and refined into the pure crystals we use today. Rock salt is used in a variety of industries, from food to chemicals. It's also commonly used for de-icing roads in colder climates. The scale of modern mining operations means that salt is more abundant than ever before, but it's important to remember that this abundance is built on centuries of human innovation and labor. Despite industrial advancements, traditional salt-making hasn't disappeared. In France's Gironde region, for instance, salt workers still use wooden rakes to harvest the delicate fleur de sel, a process guided by centuries-old methods that rely on precise weather conditions. The workers must be attuned to the rhythm of the tides, the wind, and the sun. Any small change in the weather can affect the harvest. Fleur de sel is one of the most sought-after salts in the world, known for its delicate texture and subtle flavor. Harvesting this type of salt requires skill, patience, and a deep connection to the environment. These artisans work in harmony with nature, relying on centuries of accumulated knowledge to produce some of the finest salt available. Meanwhile, in the Pangasinan province of the Philippines, local artisans create solar salt by evaporating seawater in carefully prepared, clay-lined pans. This labor-intensive process is deeply rooted in tradition. The salt is harvested by hand and often sold in local markets, where it is prized for its quality and flavor. Salt is not only a valuable commodity, it's also deeply embedded in cultural rituals and beliefs. In many cultures, salt is used to purify spaces, ward off evil spirits, and bring prosperity. In the Bible, salt is mentioned as a symbol of covenant and faith, while in Hinduism, salt is believed to purify both the body and soul. Across the world, salt has been used in rituals for thousands of years. From ancient trade routes to modern dinner tables, salt remains a symbol of life and connection. Its journey from the earth and sea to our hands is a testament to human ingenuity and resilience. So, the next time you sprinkle salt on your meal, take a moment to appreciate the rich history and hard work behind every grain.